Hi mamas, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I do my toy rotations. If you see my previous video, I had a big clear out of my main toy cupboard. I got rid of a lot of things, I organised everything, and I was kind of putting off doing a toy rotation until I did that because I couldn't get in there. Like everything was falling out when I opened the cupboard and it was driving me mad. Every time I came in here, it was kind of looking at me and I knew I had to get on with it. So if you haven't seen that, do go check it out. So now I can do a toy rotation. Now I can actually access everything and I know where everything is. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to tackle that today. Haven't done a toy rotation in a really long time. I've been so lazy. So I'm looking forward to putting out some new resources for the weekend. And yeah, I'll show you exactly what I do and what's involved, and hopefully that might help you with your toy rotations too. One of the first things I do is I write down what my child is interested in, what kind of things I've seen her doing the last week or two, and what things I absolutely don't want to put away. So I don't tend to rotate a lot of the loose parts. I usually will present them in a different way. So sometimes I'll colour coordinate the loose parts, sometimes I'll put them in different baskets, but generally they're always out. Anything open-ended I usually keep out because they can be used so interchangeably in different ways. So I'll usually write down what she's into and then that will kind of help me going forward. So this is what I've written down. So she's really into matching. So things like matching cards, you know, where you turn them over and they have to match them up that way. She's really into all kinds of puzzles. She always has been. Baby role play. So maybe I'll set up a little invitation and put out some more blankets or things for the baby. Music, Play-Doh. She has been really into the last week. So maybe I'll do something interesting around Play-Doh. Any kind of role play really. She's into making tea and cooking and those types of things. So the first thing I'm going to do is take everything off the shelves, and then at least I know what's there, and the shelves can have a nice wipe down as well, so I can start completely afresh and then start putting things where I want them to be. So another thing she's really into is her literacy and learning her sounds and letters and things like that. So this is our beautiful typewriter. So I'm going to keep this out. I'm going to make a kind of literacy shelf at the bottom here, and then it's really easy to access this as well. So I've started on this side. Everything's all clean. So I got this out of the cupboard. It's a Melissa and Doug puzzle, and in that bag is lots of different letters. I'm going to do a kind of numeracy number work kind of shelf here, and now I'm just going to start on this side too. So I'm just taking everything off. As I'm going along, I'm kind of leaving stuff in the middle, and then I'm just going in here just to see if anything needs to come out, if anything looks like it fits what I'm looking for, because I don't always know exactly what's in the cupboard. So yeah, I'm gonna keep these open and see what needs to be taken out in replacing something else. So seeing she's into her role play tea stuff, so I'm probably gonna take these out, or some of these, and set up a little kind of role play area for her. So this side's nearly done. I've just found this basket which had all this paper and stuff in. I'm going to use it to actually put these in. I find that if you kind of present things differently, then sometimes they get played with a bit more. If you just move things around, sometimes you don't have to take anything away. It's just about displaying it in a different way so it looks a bit more interesting. So I'm just making a little kind of tea role play area over here. I've just put some dried pasta in here and then some little tongs, and we've got some sweet little china cups which I got from the charity shop, little jugs, and then in here I'm going to add some of these pom-poms, just a couple. We've got lots of loose parts out at the moment, so I do actually want to put a few away, so I think that will do. This is one of my favourite things, this beautiful Japanese teapot, and it comes with this sweet little plate. So for these kind of things like paper resources and cards, like printables and stuff, I actually have a folder that I use to put things in that I've used for different activities, and I usually just have a plastic wallet, and I just slip it in there, and then it keeps it all tidy and I don't lose anything. So I'm just going to put these in here and tidy it all away. It is, isn't it? What do you think?
Good.
Yeah, you like it? So I think I'm finished. I'll give you a tour of what I've done. Pasta. So over here we've got a little tea set because she's really into making a tea set. This beautiful Japanese teapot I got from the charity shop a long time ago. Comes with this gorgeous plate. I absolutely love it. Hasn't managed to get broken yet as well, so I'm super impressed with that. We've got some pom-poms in this little box. We've got some pasta and then some tongs, a little jug, so she can do her kind of role play tea and things here. We've got some new books here that I've added, so did a bit of a rotation. We keep books here and then in the living room as well. And then some of our natural loose parts in this tray over here, and these cute little thimbles which she actually likes to use as sugar in the tea. We've got our rainbows and then some magnet-tiles. So these are more open-ended things that I've just kept out. I don't tend to rotate this kind of stuff. It never really goes away in the cupboard. So just kind of move it from place to place just to kind of make it more appealing. We've got our animals down here. Again, these don't really rotate, but sometimes I change the animals in the basket. And this is our woodworking basket with our hammers, and then we've got a train set in there. And he's supposed to be in there. And then we've just got some things for them to explore, like old cameras and lanterns and torches and stuff in there. One of the things on the list that she's really interested in was the matching cards. So I've just basically taken away some of the ones that she was pretty bored of, and then I brought out these ones which are kind of Dear Zoo themed. And these are her absolute favourite Paw Patrol matching cards. I haven't rotated these because she plays with them every day, so that's another rule that I have when I rotate toys. I don't take anything away that's being played with all the time, even if it's been out for a really long time, because they still get so much joy in it, so there's no point in putting it away unless they're kind of bored with it. We've got her Tony box here, and then a couple of Gruffalo's Story, and then the Tony which has music on as well. The music basket I always keep out, always make sure that we have access to some kind of music. The Tony box is kind of new in here, but the instruments always stay out. The dinosaurs are always something we keep out as well because they're played with all the time, and the same with the blocks because they're so open-ended. They use them in so many different ways. So this is new. Well, I say new, but this actually came from a charity shop. I got it a while ago. I usually keep it in the living room. It's kind of tucked away, and I just bring it out when they want to play with it. So I put it in here where it's in more of a kind of prime position because they're enjoying doing like baby role playing and stuff. And then this cute little pull along bag we got from the charity shop, and inside it's just got blankets and baby clothes and silks and things for them to use. These stacking blocks here, we always keep these out because they're played with all the time, and it's more of an open-ended type of material. And then these are, I think they call them architect panels. So you can use them in building. They're an open-ended resource, so there's lots of ways they can use them. And I've just kind of presented these in a slightly different way. They were on the shelf before, but they always used to fall off. They're all very messy. So I've just tucked them away in this basket, and I've taken some away and put them in the cupboard. So it's a little bit tidier and easier for them to put back. We've got a basket of loose parts. These are graphite pieces. This hasn't really changed very much. I always keep the globe out, and we just pull it down when they want to explore it. And we've got these cute little minis of statues and places around the world. So these are cool for exploring different parts of the world and the names of these types of things.
Good.
These are some new books we got from the library, so I've just put those there so they can easily access them. Some binoculars, magnifying glass, because we've got the garden right there, so it's really easy for them to grab those and head out and look at things. So always make sure we've got something to do with literacy or learning letters and sounds, because that is something she's really interested in at the moment. So that's why we've got our typewriter here, so she can use it to learn all the letters, and it's interesting to explore. And then this is a Melissa and Doug kind of puzzle, word puzzle. So they're all double-sided, they're all different. And then in the bag are all the letters, so just keep those there. And she usually empties them out when she wants to use it and then flips them over. This is just a printed alphabet, and then we've got some movable alphabet pieces here. These are super cute because they've got real flowers inside them, which I absolutely love. And so it just helps her to match up the letters and learn the sounds. And then a bit of math work on this side. I always keep our canteen blocks out from the little coach house because they're used all the time. These are just some wooden blocks, and I've drawn some numbers on there so they can put them in order, they can stack them, match them up to the blocks. There's lots of different ways they can use them. And then there's some cards for counting as well. So you've got the flower pots at the front, and then the number of petals goes along with the flower pot. These actually came in one of my subscription boxes from the Montessori family. It was a flower theme box, but we're still using these and they're enjoyed. And it's still quite a challenge for them, so I'm keeping those out for the moment. We've got all of our little peg people in this basket. We've got Peter Rabbit pegs and little bird pegs as well. And obviously they're an open-ended resource, so they can be used in so many different ways, so I don't tend to put those out. I've just kind of moved how they're displayed. I think they were on a tray before, so I put them in a basket just to make it a little bit more interesting. And here we've just got a little kind of game, so they put them in the holes here, and then you kind of guess what colour you're going to pull out and try and match up your colours. This is like a Connect 4. I got this from the charity shop a while ago, and it's just beautiful. It's really well made and super solid. So you've got all the different pieces in here to slot in. I include lots of games in the playroom because they're of the age where they're learning how to understand rules and instructions and stuff like that. We've got a few more loose parts up here, just some grab at pieces, different shapes and colours, and I'll bring these down if they want to play with them. I just don't really have room in the cupboard for them at the moment, so I'm just kind of leaving them there, and they look okay up there. So this is one side of the playroom, and then this is the other side. I actually feel like it's condensed a bit more. I feel like it's a lot tidier, and there's a bit less on the shelves than there was, so I'm really happy with that, because there's a good range of open-ended materials, a good range of tray work, and then some role play things, and it just meets all of her needs really, and all the things that she's interested in. So I did mention Play-Doh was on my list. So over here I've put some Play-Doh out. These tools are usually here, but I've just added a few extra things for her to use in Play-Doh. So we've got some of these, which have been in the cupboard for quite a long time. Dinosaurs, and then the footprints. They're kind of cool to use in Play-Doh. And then I've just got a tiny basket of sweet little shells as well, which are nice to make marks in the Play-Doh as well. And then the rest is just kind of an arts and crafts, like tray, shelf thing. My words are not coming out today. So we've got paint, and then lots of drawing materials and glue and things to stick on and stuff like that.
So one for here, one for here.
Hi.
So,
you matching them up?
actually, I need your help, Mum.
Need my help?
Yes, because I don't know how to do it.
Okay. So it's just like the Paw Patrol ones, where we shuffle them and then we put them face down on the rug, and then we see if we can match them up.
And help me a bit.
Of course.
Yesterday there
So I've just kind of ticked everything off as I was putting it on the shelves and getting out of the cupboard. So I put out some new matching cards, which I showed you. And then we've got the baby role play music, which is the Tony box, Play-Doh, and then the new Play-Doh dinosaur things, and then some role play with tea and teapots. And these are things that I tend to... Thank you so much. Oh, this is my dinner. Thank you. These are things that I tend to leave out most of the time. So I always rotate the books in the playroom. And then we always have those parts and open-ended things. We always have music or instruments, and then literacy and new number work, because she's constantly working on those all the time. But these kind of come under loose parts as well, because she will use those for counting and quantity and all the things involved with learning about numbers. So we don't specifically generally need anything to do with number work as such, but I do tend to put out a few extra resources. And those were the plant pot kind of cards for counting, and then our little coach house counting blocks as well. So that's my toy rotation. It's very simple, very easy. I don't do anything too complicated or that takes too much time, because I just don't have the time. And I don't think it's necessary either. I think as long as you cover what your child is interested in, what they're learning at the moment, have a few open-ended things in there as well, things where they can use their imagination, lots of reading, lots of books, you know, I think it's generally ticking all the boxes, so I'm not too anal about it. Just to, you know, a nice notebook with a few things on there that I've observed, and that tends to do the trick. And every time I do a toy rotation, she's pretty well engaged. She plays with most things, and she doesn't get bored that easy, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, any comments, then do put them below. And don't forget to check out my earlier video, which I did earlier in the week, which was my complete tidy of my toy storage, my cupboard, which was in such a state. It's really embarrassing, but I managed to completely sort it out. So I did a whole video on that, and I'll link that above for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I'll see you next time.